Welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I want to answer some of the most common questions I get on Facebook and Twitter. This one's about what kind of wood that I use when I'm smoking. The main thing for me when I'm choosing a wood is that I want a wood that's good and dry. That means it's had most of its moisture seasoned out by either age or they're using a heat process to dry it. Now, that's important because when wood goes on hot coals, I want it to go ahead and ignite and start burning, creating that smoke. I don't want it to sit there and smolder and produce thin white smoke. You're getting impurities during that time, and you don't want that in your barbecue. You want good, clean smoke, and that's going to give you the best flavor in your wood. Now, for me, when I'm cooking with charcoal or lump briquettes as my main heat source, I'm using wood chunks. And I want pieces like this cherry right here that are 2 or 3 inches in size. It's a good piece of wood that's good and seasoned. I don't care if it has a little bit of bark on it. I like pieces that have center cut pieces with no bark and some pieces that have a little bark because that adds a different note of flavor and you can really pick that up in your barbecue. Now, if I'm using wood as primarily my heat source, I'm gonna go for these splits, like these hickory splits here. You need about a 10 or 11 inch piece of hickory, any kind of oak, dry, good hard wood. That's going to give you a lot of BTUs, and that's when we're using wood as a heat source when I'm burning these. But most of the time my pits are all charcoal pits, and I'm running lump or briquette on them as the fuel source, and wood is just for flavor. The 3 species of wood that I really like to use are hickory, pecan, and cherry. I use these in competition cooking as well as cooking here at the house. I use the harder woods like the pecan and the hickory when I'm doing brisket or I'm doing whole pork shoulders, larger cuts of meat. And I use cherry when I'm doing ribs or chicken, anything that's thinner that doesn't need a ton of smoke. The more delicate the meat, the lighter the smoke you need to use, and that's where your fruit woods come into play, or your woods like sugar maple, something that's a real light, fragrant wood, lends well to fish and poultry. The great thing about cooking with wood, as long as you're using a good seasoned wood, you can play with those flavors. A lot of times I'll use combinations of all 3 of these when I'm doing barbecue because I like the notes that each different species gives my meat. If you've got a favorite wood in your area, by all means try it. Just know that if you use a good seasoned wood, it's going to produce good clean smoke and you're going to get the best flavor from it. Hey, if you like what we're doing here at How to Barbecue Right, subscribe to our channel. We're going to send out new videos all the time and it'll let you know through email. You can also keep those comments and questions coming to our Facebook and Twitter. We'll answer those. We'll see you next time.